Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. In this video, I will be talking about the idea of translation. Basically, it is about moving the graph either in a vertical direction or horizontal direction. Now, the rules related to translating the graph are given as follows. So the first one here is, let's say you have the original graph that you have is in the form of y equals to fx. Now, if you add c next to this function here, that means the graph will be shifted c units up. And if you have minus c, the graph will be shifted c units down. So in this case, in these first two cases here, this is basically about moving the graph vertically. Okay, now if let's say c is added inside the function, because this is the original function is y equals to fx. So now if you add c inside the original function, that means the graph of this one of y equals to fx will be shifted c units to the left. Now similarly, if you have minus c inside this original function, okay, so the graph will be shifted c units right. So in this case, you are talking about moving the graph horizontally. So I hope you are able to imagine how the graph of y equals to fx will be shifted if you have this statement. So basically, y minus 5 equals to fx minus 3 can be written as y equals to fx minus 3 plus 5. So basically, I think what will happen is that this graph will first be shifted 3 units to the right, okay, following this rule here. So it will be shifted 3 units to the right, and then it will be moved 5 units up. So that's how the graph of y equals to fx will be shifted. So now let us look at some example where the graph of y equals to x squared is given by this blue curve here. So now let us try and sketch the graph of y equals to x squared minus 1. So this is the original function. So this is the original function. And you can see that negative 1 is situated outside the function, outside the original function. Therefore, this is about shifting this graph 1 unit down. So this is about shifting the graph 1 unit down. That means if this is the original point here, so this point here will be moved 1 unit down. So it will be at this position. Similarly, if you have, for example, this one, this is at point 1, so it will be shifted to this point. Yep, so that's the meaning of it. And so our graph will somehow look more or less like this. I'm sorry, I need to steady my hands a bit. My hands is a bit shaky, so maybe what I should do is just okay. something like that. So now more or less like that. Okay, well, that will do. Right, as long as you get the idea, that's fine. But basically that's how we translate the graph. Now next, let's move on to the next question, question B. So I hope you can see that in question B, the difference between question A and question B is that -1 here is now inside the original function. This is original function x squared, but now we have -1 is inside here, so x -1 and square. And according to the rule given in the previous page, that means we are going to translate this blue curve here. We're going to move this blue curve 1 unit to the right. So if this is my point 0, 0, it will be moved to this point. Okay, and if this is what I have here, then it will be moved to this point. Okay, and if I have this point here, it will be moved to this one. So basically this is just moving the blue curve here 1 unit to the right. Okay. Okay. So maybe it looks something like this. Yep. Okay. Right. Okay. I think it's not too bad. Now, how about the third one? The third one is basically saying that first, okay, my step 1 is I have to consider y equals to x plus 1 square. So let's consider that first. Y is equal to x plus 1 square, which means that I'm going to have to translate this graph, okay, this graph 1 unit to the left. So the blue curve is going 1 unit to the left. So if this is the point, it will be at this point, 1 unit to the left. And if I have this point here, it will be at this, the point here will be translated to this point, and this point here will be translated to this point. So basically this is my x plus 1 square. Okay, just moving it now to the left, 1 unit to the left. Okay, something like that. But that's not all, because we actually have y -2 is equal to x plus 1 square. So step 2 will be, so I'm going to use another color for that one. So step 2 will be y is equal to x plus 1 square plus 2. So this one, okay, so y is equal to x plus 1 square plus 2. That means I'm going to move this graph, the purple graph here, the purple colored graph here, I'm going to move it 2 units up. So 2 units up means if this is at point -1, 0, so it's going upwards at this point. Okay, so oh sorry, it's not going 1 point upwards, it's going 2 points upwards. So let me just erase that point. Okay, so we're going 2 points up, 2 points up. So if this is at this point, so I'm going up at this, maybe here, so 2 points. And if I have this point, it will be going up here, and this one will also be going up 2 units, something like that. And so I'm just sketching this now. Just drawing the solid line that looks like this. So this is y is equal to x plus 1 square plus 2, which is this one. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video.